Yes.
Where my girls at?
Okay. How you doing today?
Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We link up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going out tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going out tonight. Yeah, right. It's going out tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going out tonight. Yeah, right.
Hey, y'all. We're live. We're live. You get to see behind the scenes. We're about to go live on the radio in just a few minutes. We got a hot topic today. Gloria is the host today. Gloria is the host today. So we are getting ready to go live on We Got Issues. We hope you're watching us on iHeartRadio, Roku, Chromecast, Alexa, Amazon Fire. Here we go. Getting ready to go live. You'll see us dance. You know we hear the music in our ears. Sign in. Hey, ladies. Hey. Greetings. Happy Friday. All right, here we go. It's our music. Okay. Make sure. All righty. Hey. We got you today. Yes.
It's going down. It's going down tonight. It's going down tonight. Oh, yeah. It's going down tonight. It's going down tonight. Oh, yeah. I know. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm so excited. I am sure that one day, I'm going to get tired of hearing that song. But honestly, I don't know when that day might happen, because every time that song comes on, I get super, super happy. I just love that song. And I love the words. Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Welcome to We Got Issues. Welcome to this talk radio. Now, if this is your first time with us, let me inform you, if you did not know, you got issues, okay? You got issues. We got issues. Everybody got issues.
Yes.
Everybody got issues. And so we're here today, and talk radio is happening. We're completing our third full week, and we are loving all the comments that you guys are giving us. Honestly, we are absolutely loving. We're getting it in text, we're getting it from friends, we're getting it from family, we're getting it from you guys that are just becoming our friends, and we're very, very appreciative of it. We are here at WFDF 910 AM, the Superstation. You know we belong on the Superstation, okay? You know, if you're listening in, you're a super person. So we're listening on the Superstation because we love this conversation, that we're powerful, positive, and not Pollyanna. So we want you to call in at 313-778-7600. Now, listen, do not be shy, because your voice matters. Are you on the app? Or are you on Heart Radio? Or are you listening or watching on Facebook? We are building a community from these issue conversations, and I am extending a personal invitation for you guys to join us, because I'm just one of the Force of Friendship girlfriends. I'm Gloria. I'm from Baltimore. And you guys, we're hoping that you get to know us better every day, every time you listen to us. We're here every Monday through Friday, 6 to 7 p.m. Eastern. And tonight we're going to hop on over to Clubhouse. But we hope that you get to know us. I'm born and raised in Detroit. I was born in Detroit. Then I moved to DC to attend Howard University. Then I moved to Boston for a lot of snow years, like a lot of snow years, before I landed my man, who's an asked me to bring my heart to the DMV. Y'all, he asked me to come to the DMV. One day I was sitting looking outside the window. I saw a rabbit. I saw a deer. I saw a turtle. I'm serious, on the same day. I called him up. I said, did you move me to Jurassic Park or did you move me to the DMV? I mean, because this is like a little crazy. And you guys, you're going to learn more and more about us, our voices, who we are. Are we sassy? Are we classy? Are we bossy? Are we messy? Are we funny? Are we crazy? Who are we? Who are we? Who are we? But I'm here with my co-host. I'm sending it out to the East Coast, to Katrina. Hey, Katrina.
My dyslexic girlfriend who keeps sending it to the East Coast. I'm on the West Coast. Getting excited. That is okay.
Did I send it to the East Coast?
We have done life with Gloria for so long that if she says up, just look down. Okay.
Right.
The Harvard MBA graduate, trust me, she is brilliant beyond measure. And today's topic is brilliant. And everything I know about today's topic, really, I learned from you. But seriously, Gloria, I felt the same way. I mean, my husband moved me to Chicago. So now we live between California and Chicago. And I haven't been to Chicago since May, but I'm getting ready to go check it out. And, I'm getting my sweaters and stuff ready. And it ain't been cold in Chicago like it was cold. That first year, Gloria, when it was my birthday and it was minus 40 degrees outside, I looked at my husband.
Wow.
And, his birthday's on January 27th. Mine's on January 28th. And he wanted to go to the movies. I looked at him like, I'm from California. I can't believe it. And we actually went to the movies. And Chris, there were people at the movies. What's up with y'all Midwest people? But it's a beautiful day here, even though we're catching a little rain. And, California needs the rain. So, all right, I'm bringing it back to the Midwest. I love your shirt, Chris. I love your shirt. Got your bling bling jeans shirt on. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Hey, everybody. It's Chrisette from the D, Detroit. It's a beautiful day. The sun is out. And I promise you, I am just elated, you guys. We made it 15 days. We've done 15 shows. And I'm just going to say, you guys, the first show we were... Oh my God. I mean, our hearts were racing. They were beating. And we're like, oh my God, can we do this? Can we do this? And I'm telling you, we have enjoyed this journey. I mean, it's amazing how you can start something and you can be so, you can have that fear. You're like, oh my God, are we going to be able to get used to it or ever get the confidence to do it? And I'm telling you, hanging out with these chicks, what? I promise you, if you're going to do life and you're going to do something new, something scary, you better make sure you got some strong sidekicks, because trust me, doing something new and scary, it is worth it all when you're doing it with the right people. And I'm just excited. We got 15 days, you guys. 5 more days, we will have 1 month in. And I'm going to tell you, we are so missing Sabrina Goodwin Monday from Chapel Hill, North Carolina. When I tell you we are missing her presence, no, you guys, we have not kicked her out, but I texted her and said, okay, Sabrina, tell me what's going on with Kennedy, because you guys, if you don't know anything else about Sabrina, she's all about family. Oh, trust me, she will quit a talk show before she has to give up her family, okay? And so she is in St. Louis there supporting her son, Kennedy, who is an amazing wrestler. I mean, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree, of course. Her husband Kenny is a world gold medalist in the sport of wrestling. And so we're excited that he is competing in the NCAA Division I Wrestling Championship. Division I,
she
baby.
did text me and she said, no great news. He just got beat out of the tournament. Good college career, not a great tournament. So he didn't win the tournament, but it's all good, because anybody that knows anything about Sabrina and her girlfriends, we're going to make Kennedy feel so good, because he is a brilliant wrestler. So our thoughts go out to Sabrina and praying for her safe travel. So I know we got to get to our topic on today, but sometimes there's so much going on in the world. We don't just want to gloss over
things that are relevant and things that are in the news. And so, oh my goodness, my heart goes out to all the families of those who lost their loved ones, the Asians, and it was also 2 Caucasian women that were killed. And they're saying that this is the worst mass killing in the U.S. in almost 2 years. And I mean, just when you think, I mean, if it's not one thing, it's another. And so we're just so hurt to hear about that news. And so, of course, we know that this guy, Robert Aaron Young, I think is his name, and only 21 years old.
Yes,
I mean, how can
Chris,
your heart
so young.
be filled with such hate at 21 years old? He went to 3 different spas, you guys, and he's saying that it wasn't racially motivated and that he had a sex addiction and blah 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 blah. But right now, they're gathering more information, and I hope that they are able to tack on that it is a hate crime, because when you tack on that, there's so many more things that he can be charged with. So they're still doing their investigation. But this is the thing. Do you guys know, since COVID, that there has been 122 incidents of anti-Asian American hate crimes in 16 of the country's most populous cities, and there has been a 150% increase in hate crimes against Asian. And in New York, you guys, it's 1,900 increase in New York City. So we just wanted to share that on today, because, as Black women, we understand the struggle that we as Black people go through. And now more attention is on our Asian American brothers and sisters. So we just want them to know that we support them. We're praying for them, and especially for the families of those women that were murdered. Gloria,
Yes.
back
Yes,
to you.
I mean, to tell you, I just want to say that I'm just so excited that we can bring our voice to this, and that our community can bring their voice to this, because it's such a very big deal. I have 2 daughters, and both of them live in Atlanta. So just the feeling of that, the reality of that, what's going on with that, the fear of that, the fear that replicates through the country. I'm so glad somebody put on here that the president, the vice president are down in Atlanta right now, going to the heart of the issue, not running from the issue, causing attention to the issue really, really makes a difference. There's so many issues, you guys, so many. No wonder we all got issues. We all got issues because there's so many issues, happy issues, sad issues, on the side issues, so many issues. But that is, what, that's ranking as a big issues. And Katrina, you're going to think about somebody else.
Yeah. I just wanted to say racism is real regardless. And it's so many things come to mind. People were talking about, I was going to say something, then I lost my train of thought. Just the importance of it's important for us to speak out about racism, because when it affects one of us, it affects all of us. And so I wanted to bring, here we go again with racism. The British tabloid admitted a retired private investigator has come forward to say that he illegally acquired contact information for Meghan and her family in the early days of her relationship. He actually acquired her social security number before she even became a royal. And he came out after she spoke out. He said that he felt obligated. They told him, the paper that he worked for, of course, denied it. But the guy, Portly Hanks, had signed a letter for the Sun that stipulated that he wouldn't use any illegal methods to locate people or do background checks. But then he said that the reporters came back to me and said, but if you want to get work, keep doing what you've been doing, with a nod and a wink, like find the information. And so she came out, her people came out and spoke out again. This is, this goes back to racism again, talking about it, that they will do anything that is necessary to try to find dirt on someone, particularly when you add race on top of it. And so I'm just, she went on and talked about, she hopes that the day will come back where journalists will follow the journalistic standards and not, just, can you imagine? So our heart goes out again to Meghan and Harry and all that are involved, that the royal family and, the tabloids would leave her alone.
Right, right. You guys, this is such a big deal. And that's why the community is so important. That's why girlfriends are so excited,
Right.
so important. And that's why we're so glad that you're with the Force of Friendship. And that all over, we're getting these comments about people that are listening and wanting our energy and wanting our opinion. I was talking to someone who was working with me the other day. She says, I don't necessarily listen to talk radio because I don't necessarily want the opinions of people that I don't know. So I was like, oh, well, we want to make sure that y'all know who we are because we want you to know that we are so multifaceted. And it's important that you know that when we talk about the topic of today, because I don't know about you guys, but have you ever had this thought that 24 hours just isn't enough? I'm going to invite once again you guys to call in at 313-778-7600 as we talk about this art. I call it an art. It's the art of time management. It's an art if you can even think about managing your time. After my day today, all I can do is seriously just shake my head. Crack of dawn, I got up to go work out with my trainer because if I don't get it at the crack of dawn, the day's gone. Then I had a meeting with my executive assistant. Then I had to run back for hair and makeup to teach in Peru, virtually, of course, virtually. Then I had to get up and do my hair and makeup again to do a video for the company. Then we had to do the radio prep meeting. Then I had to get some food. Finally, some food. Then I'm going to do the talk radio. And then we're going to get on Clubhouse. No, 24 hours is not enough. It is not enough. Never was enough. We're going to talk about.
But you fit it in, Gloria.
management.
You fit it in. You fit it in. We're busy, and then we go look and we go. There she is again, right, Chris?
Right. Hey, Katrina, just when you think you've done it, you're like, oh, that's it. Kel Ganon, take me away. You think, oh, Gloria's doing 3 more events.
It is crazy out here, you guys. Well, and you know what? One of my philosophies has always been, and you guys have heard me say this so many times, me and Oprah, we have the same 24 hours. How she gets all that she gets in her 24 hours, it just boggles my mind. But I'm so glad that we're going to talk about time management. I know when your alarm went off, y'all, I know when your alarm went off. I'm talking to the listeners because I know our listeners have their alarm set for every Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. because you don't want to miss a word of our We Got Issues show. So I just want to tell you, where in the world did the day go when that alarm went off? You said to yourself, where did the day go? We're just ready to talk about the truth. We're ready to talk about the truth. 24 hours just ain't enough, but we have some callers. So let's go and listen to Joe. Joe, are you there? Are you there? One of our callers. He got in early.
Yes, I'm here. Good evening.
Hi, Joe.
Well, the stuff that's going on with the Asians is, that's wrong. That you can blame America for this. People just doing what they want to do now. Anything goes. After people see now they rush to Capitol, hey, why not? Take it out on somebody. That's what they're doing now. People just don't care anymore.
Well, Joe, I think that what we're saying here, and I hope you're saying it with us, is that if all of us reach over and care, that it will get better. Because if we throw up our hands and let it go, I promise everybody it's going to get worse. So I hope you're with us where we're going to reach over and do something about it. Right. You're absolutely right.
But we're not on the same page because, America put everybody, immigrants in front of its people that that made democracy what it is today.
Well, you know what? I think what you're saying is that there's so many facets to racism, and there's so many facets to this. I mean, that's why we're talking. That's what talk is all about, is to have the communication back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I promise you, it is something that we have to lean in on.
We're not even free to tell the truth about it. We steadily being watched. We're just like we in Germany, the Gestapo.
Well,
we watch like parents and kids and the doggone police.
Well, Joe,
we walking on rice paper.
Right. Well, listen,
Right.
let me tell you this, Joe. I am so happy that you lend your voice to this talk show. And I'm excited that you came in and you brought your perspective. We've got to go right now in just a minute to a break. But I just want to thank you for calling in and giving your voice to what you feel is important at this time, because it is an important conversation. So you guys, you've been listening to 910 The Superstation, WFDF Radio, and we're the Force of Friendship. And if you follow us on social media, you're going to find us at The Force of Friendship. And we want you to go to our website at theforceoffriendship.com, because we're going to be there. When we come back, we're going to continue the conversation with James, Joe, Mary, Sue, Carla. I don't know who we're going to do it with, but we're going to be talking to you as you call in 313-778-7600. See you in just a minute, y'all. Just a minute.
So we're going to a commercial. And when we come back, we're going to dig deep, talking about time management, dig deep and talk about time management. This is so good. We really do all have the same 24 hours, and it's the great equalizer. And what people can accomplish in that time is, we're going to give you some tips on helping you to improve your time management. So we're in my ear is the commercial. And so welcome to Behind the Scenes while we broadcast here. And so what's your biggest time management success or tip? And what is your biggest question? We're going to talk about it. Of course, we'd love for you to call us at the number you see on the screen. We love hearing your issues, especially those that relate to time management. And so we want to know from you. I got a lot of good stuff to share. I don't want to steal the thunder because Gloria is the host today. And so she's going to bring it. And honestly, I've learned so much from this woman, from all of these women, how to manage the time. It is unbelievable what they get in. You know, Gloria told this story. I don't think she'll tell this story today, but when she was at Harvard getting her MBA, one of the things, and you can read this about Harvard, is one of the things they do is they give you more work than you could possibly get done to teach you how to prioritize what's most important. Imagine that. Ivy League schools. I bet Sabrina could tell stories. Her son is at Princeton. I bet they could tell stories too. And some of us can tell that in college. That isn't that interesting? Teaching them to be super bad executives in the world where they get more work than you could possibly get done, because life is about prioritizing. There's always too much to do. Always too much to do. But you got to know, what are you called to do? What can you do well? And how you are going to spend your time. So this is really good. So behind the scenes, we got about another, here comes the music. Okay, we're coming back in. So about 10 more seconds and you'll hear Gloria talking. There's the music again. Here we go.
Yes. Time management. When I tell you time management is everything, emotional management is everything. But let me just say this. We've got time, like our 24 hours, and we also have the time we're in right now. This pandemic, this year, 2020, 2021, it has been a time. And I know that many of you would agree that there's been a lot of changes given these times. So our normal time management has even had to be increased. Let's go to the callers. James has been waiting on us since before we break. James, are you with us? We got issues. Are you ready to talk to us?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's hear from you, James. Yes, we hear you really good.
Really good. Okay. Now, when I hear you say we, as far as the incident with the Asians, you thought about all the.
Uh-oh. Say it again, James. I couldn't hear you.
When you say about the Asian incident in Georgia yesterday or the day before,
yeah,
and you say we are all in this together, are you all black? And the reason why I ask this, We are at the bottom. We always have been as black folks. And how can we ever get ahead if we keep talking about every other race but our own? I haven't heard for the last 3 years, no Asian, no Arab, no one called 9/10 but black folks. Black folks got all the problems in the world. We got more problems than all races combined together. And until we address our problem first, like everybody put their race first for us, we are going to get straight further apart, because I will never back another race before I put my people first. And if I can't put my people first, why should I put another race first? They don't do us like that. Now, they know what this flag has staff. All the black innocents have been killed. They didn't get that flag for one black person yet. But I would really like you to explain that.
Well,
Well,
I
you
think.
know, go ahead, Chris.
Okay, so James, thank you so much. We really appreciate your perspective and we appreciate your comment. And I totally understand where you're coming from. But I think as Black people, we have the capacity to absolutely stand up for our rights and fight the fight. I mean, we've been fighting for our civil rights forever and a day. But I also think that we can also have a heart and have compassion for other people that are going through the same thing. And I personally don't necessarily believe that, yes, while you have your own fight, that you can close your eyes and say, well, you know what, it's all about, Black Lives Matters first and everybody is second. I totally get that we've been in the fight a long time, but I just believe that we have the capacity when we see other Black and brown people that are receiving the same kind of racism that we have, that I think it is important for us to speak out. And you know what, we can't get in the tit for tat. You may say, well, they haven't spoken out for us. And just because another race doesn't speak out for us doesn't make it right for us to say, well, if they don't say anything about our fight, we're not going to say anything about their fight. So I just think that, being able to appreciate and to speak out when you see wrong done, wrong is wrong. So that's just my 2 cents. But James, I appreciate your perspective and I totally understand where you're coming from.
Gloria, I wanted
Excellent.
I think back to when President Obama was in office and there was school shootings, so many other things happening. And then he also was over here celebrating or something. And people came down and said, how can you be doing that when this is over here? And he said, guess what? I am able to do more than one thing at the same time, which kind of ties in to our time management here. I love what you said, Chris, being full of capacity. The way that you end racism, that we erase ism, like we talked about yesterday, is modeling there is enough room for everyone to be super bad all day long, to quote you, Gloria. We can take up space, but it doesn't mean there's not enough space for other people, other issues. And honestly, it goes back to modeling Christ. And so what causes racism is not modeling him. And what erases it is modeling him. We got to do it physically, not just spiritually and talk about it. I'm going to pray thoughts and prayers only, but it takes action. The message and the woman have to be one. The message and the man have to be one. So I totally appreciated what he was saying, because you get, when you are on the side of dealing with it, it's hard, but we got enough capacity.
Right. And we love the fact that this radio station serves the urban community. And so that we're speaking to our Black brothers and sisters as well as everyone else. And that is it's a role model that we're doing. So I really appreciate you calling in. This has been a great conversation. Thank you so much. Really. Thank you so much. Katrina, you said that, in everything that we do, even spending time in areas where we might be uncomfortable or spending time in doing things that could be difficult. It goes back to how you manage your thoughts, manage your time. I'm going to tell you guys, these are some of the reasons time management is important. Number one, it talks about how it improves your self-discipline. You know that every time you think about managing your time, you automatically think about what can I do better. Well, it's not even about what other people can do better, but it's what I can do better. And in order to manage your time better, you have to have a highly self-disciplined disciplined conversation with yourself. It also improves the quality of your work. The quality of your work will be improved when you manage your time. And I happen to know that we have a lot of callers who love to hear the advice of other people who have managed the same 24 hours and have gotten different results. But when the quality, even your sleep, you guys, if you manage your time, you get better sleep. And so I know that when you think about how time, and like, for instance, Ken can live on like 4 hours of sleep. He might do 5 hours sleep. I like to have a little bit more sleep. So the way we have to manage our time is differently. And when he gets up, he's looking at me like, you're a slug, get up. And I'm looking like him, you're crazy, go back to bed. So you have to know yourself. You have to know who you are. You have to know how you work well. You have to know how to manage your time. Chris, you said you had a couple of quotes. Let's go to you.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I have some really good quotes. So the first one that I really, really liked, it says, the bad news is that time flies. The good news is you're the pilot. Can you get excited? So
Right.
while it flies, you are in control of it. And then I love this one. It says, time is what we want most, but what we use worse. We want more of it, but we just are not very careful with it. And I love Chuck and I. We often talk about time, and he has just drilled this in my head. He'll tell you the most important commodity that a person has is time. He talks often. He'll say, you know what? I can make more money. I can go get another job, get another gig, do this, that, and the other. But the one thing that we can never get back is our time. And I remember reading one time, Gloria, says, if you wanted the difference between successful people and people that are not as successful is in their daily routine and how they use their time. And I
Right.
thought that was so powerful. If you watch, like you mentioned Oprah, if we saw her life, a snapshot of her 24 hours, what does she do in her 24 hours? And I'm sure, and I know Katrina can talk a little bit more on that, is that we all can find places in our life where we waste time. And if we can get a handle on the time wasters, we absolutely, I believe, can accomplish more within the 24 hours that we have. And more specifically, the 86,400 seconds that all of us get each and every day. That's a lot of seconds.
86,000.
400 seconds.
Every time I hear that number, it seems like so much time. Every time I hear that, I've heard it before. And I was like, that's so much time. But it really isn't so much time. Okay, let me tell y'all. This is the night for men calling in. We have men calling in. This is just the night for men. It is. I'm so excited. So let's go to Fidel. Fidel is a caller. Is he there?
We have men calling in. This is just the night for men.
Got a little bit of technical
have
difficulties
feedback.
on the radio. Hold on. Technical difficulties.
Okay,
We
lost
lost him.
Fidel. Do we have Jerome? Is Jerome there? Hey, Jerome, how are you? Welcome to We Got Issues.
Welcome to We Got Issues.
I believe that we may be dropping the ball right now.
Okay.
Okay.
I believe that all of our ancestors, black and white, are standing up in their graves right now with God watching.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that we can actually solve the racism issue.
Mhm.
We can solve our issue with slavery
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
if we stand on the truth right now.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
If we stand on the truth the same way that Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Hampton, and everybody else stood on the truth.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
None of our problems would not have been possible if it wasn't for miseducation.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
The only way that many of the people got away with putting up with slavery in the first place is because the people who resisted slavery, who didn't want it, and I'm meaning their own people, were miseducated to believe that it was okay
Mhm.
people put us into slavery.
Mhm.
And Carter G. Woodson had a book called The Miseducation of the Negro.
Mhm.
And what stands out to me the most is the color of the book. It's a picture of a black person with a padlock on their brain.
Mhm.
The people that stormed Capitol, they're miseducated. One small lie and misinformation made them want to blow up, kill, and take over the government.
Welcome to Talk Radio. We're trying to talk about
Officer
time
that had
management.
his knee on George's neck was miseducated. He believed that he was doing the right thing. All of the children of America are going by history.
Okay.
So this story cannot be correct unless it includes our story.
Right.
Right.
We have to redefine our story. It has to be taken into the American curriculum. And if we stand on the feet right now and challenge it legally, I know that you can't go into the world court for certain rhetoric. I challenge all of our attorneys, all our legal minds, to think outside of the box and put forth an effort to re-educate America so they will know what to do. If you want to get rid of white people right now, and there's literally millions of white people that want to do something about it. If you look at the Black Lives Matter marches, there's a good percentage, maybe 40% of the people that you see are white folks marching.
Right.
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 So we have to re-educate them the right way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, one of the things that you said is that the education is important. The history is important. Us sharing is important. Us giving this information is important. And we're having an interesting conversation on We Got Issues tonight. We're talking over here about time management and we're talking over here about racism. And both of these issues are really important. And both of these issues got a lot of passion. So I'm so glad that you called in, because one of the things that you're saying is not just that we have it, but how we're going to deal with it. It's interesting that you talked about Carter G. Woodson, because my cousin is his cousin. And so I know that. I know what you're talking about. But the history and the training, you guys, it's really important. Okay, so I'm okay if you guys are okay, because I'm going to flip back and forth, because I know that we have an audience here that want to hear from that passion about what we're dealing with right now, racism and e-racism. And then we have some people who really want to hear some tips about time management and how they're going to move forward in a time like this. You know what's interesting? This is a time management lesson right here. How to have good people skills, how to make sure everybody feels comfortable, how to stay on topic with what people are anticipating, yet understanding that what we're talking about is really critical. You guys, I want to give you guys this. I want to give you 10 specific things, and then we'll go into some stories about time management, but 10 specific things that will take you to another level in your time management. I talk to people all the time about the quantum leap. So let me just give you these 10 things. Number one, begin with a clear focus. After these 10 things, I'm going to come to you, Katrina, for your piece. Begin with a clear focus. And then number two is to make a task list. And, you know, we hear this all the time, but not everybody makes it every day. Number three, prioritize wisely. Okay, so I just want to put my little note in here for people who have big responsibilities or they have a lot they want to get done. I think it's super important that we understand that women do not have a S on their chest that says Superwoman. It says, I need to get help. And a lot of people say, well, when do I hire? I say, you hire when you want to grow. Number four, minimize interruptions. That's difficult on a talk show, but we're going to work on it. Minimize interruptions. Number five is stop multitasking. Like Chris said, she's on the radio and she's texting. We're all multitasking. I had to call you out, girl.
Yes.
You know, I had to call you out because, you know,
That's
we're
okay.
always multitasking.
Right.
Don't procrastinate. And that's a big one. Even for me, y'all. You know, we could tell you stories after stories after stories about stop procrastinating. Just turning off the alarm clock and turn it off again and turn it off again. You know, Katrina Austin talks about the 5-second rule and how that will make a difference for you. But if you turn off the procrastination, you increase your time. Use a calendar. Learn to say no, which is a huge one. No.
No. And let me tell you this secret. What sounds like yes in March, when someone asks you to do it in August, when you get to August, you wish you had said no. You wish you had said no. So you have to learn the art of saying no. Number 9, keep a clock in front of you all the time. Now, Ken is perfect at this. You know, he tracks how long it takes him to wash dishes. He tracks how long it takes him to do this. He tracks everything so he can manage his time. Next time I come to that, I know what's good. I mean, he can track out his entire day, but he manages his time, never late for anything. And number 10, know your deadlines. Know your deadlines. You guys, the topics that we're giving you guys in these last 3 weeks, some of them make you happy, some of them make you feel good, some of them make you sad, some of them always have a thought-provoking action because we want to give you leadership skills. So know your deadlines and stop procrastinating. Katrina, I'm going to you now.
I mean, first of all, make sure you come over to Clubhouse with us at 7:15 Eastern time for my West Coast folks. That's Eastern time because I have some good stuff I want to share, and I know I'm not going to be able to share it all. But there was a time, you know, entrepreneurs, we're talking to many entrepreneurs, don't get paid for time, they get paid for influence. So you want to really monitor it's really important how you spend your time. And how we spend our time is not just logical, it's also really emotional. There was a time that we just looked at time in one way. And then there was that Stephen Covey time where we looked at what's urgent, what's important, what's significant. And now we're in a place where you have to master being a multiplier of your time because we have so many things to do. This is so huge, y'all. Just want to know why we have so much to do. Every year right now equals 200 years when you compare it to what it was like in the 50s or 60s. That's how fast things are going. This iPhone is more powerful than the computer that sent the man to the moon. The PlayStation your kids are using is 20 times more. I mean, this is huge. The PlayStation is 20 times more powerful than the government computers in Kennedy's day. So everything is moving so fast. And so you have to master multiplying. And so the 3 things I want to add, Gloria, is this focus funnel. This is huge. It's eliminate, automate, and delegate. I mean, seriously, eliminate what you can live without. Automate. This is technology. I'm your tech girl. Come back and keep watching the show. What can be systemized? There's a lot of things that can be systemized by you or someone else. And then delegate. I know you are the master. You are the master at delegation. So why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Could somebody else be doing it? And let me just say this last thing is I'm always the one who is like, nobody could do it better than me. Nobody could do it better than me. So let me do it myself. It takes too long to teach someone else to do it. But you figure out how much you make per hour. And if you make $100,000 a year, you're making $41 an hour. So if you are doing something that you could pay someone 15 hours to do, then you actually are spending $41 to do that. And you could pay someone else. So when you pop on Clubhouse, I'm going to give you a little tip on how to figure out what to delegate because it's really good. There's a 30X rule that really helps you to get good at delegating. You have to afford it. Otherwise, you'll never be able to afford it.
Right. You guys, I was thinking back to when I had to get really smart at time management. And I mean, there's always, but the place I really had to learn how to get really good at time management was when I was going to Harvard Business School. It was months before I understood that they intentionally gave us too much work. They intentionally gave us way too much work, intentionally wanted to stress us out completely in order to turn us into strong decision makers. I was like, wow. I mean, I was freaking out. You know, I freak out anyway if you give me a book to read. So you can imagine, I was like, oh, I cannot read that by 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, or the day after tomorrow. You know, it's just, so I just want you guys to know that there's things that really will make a difference for you to be stronger, and that time management skills leads you to other skills. I talked about it improves your self-discipline and that it improves the quality of your time, and that winding down becomes essential because your stress level gets very high when you have poor time management. So I want to say that when I was at Harvard Business School, and you look around, and when you get very stressed, the first thing you start to do is you start to compare yourself. And when you start to compare yourself, you start once again thinking about the past or the future, and you're not focused on the present. And until you can focus on the present, it is pretty impossible for you to use your time wisely because you're not using your time. You're using your thinking, or you're using your stress. So one of these says the reasons that you want to manage your time wisely is to reduce your stress. And Katrina said it best. One of the ways I reduce my stress is to delegate. I know where I'm supposed to spend my time. I know where I'm supposed to spend my time. And I know that this is the thing that I know. This is what I want to tell you guys that are listening and wondering. When you hire someone else to help you manage your time, you help them. You help them, number one, with their income. You help them with your energy. Most people who enjoy working with you or for you take from you much more than your money. They take your energy, they take your creativity, they take your motivation. There's so many things that they take from you because you are focused on doing something that's more important than what you were doing. And that's the only way that you can move forward. And so another reason, because I don't want you to say, what's number 6? Is number 5. This one is it opens up new possibilities. So just take that and understand that when you manage your time, like for instance, Chrisette, 3 weeks ago when you said we have an opportunity to do a radio station. Now, I tell you, right, all of our calendars were more than full already. Right. I mean, more than full, right? It was more than full already. However, there's an opportunity. So you find some time. And it was funny. 2 days ago, Sabrina was like, I got to manage my time better. I got to manage my time better because we're putting more on our plate, correct? But because Absolutely. It's an opportunity, opportunity we can go. Yes.
I want to add to that. I know for me, and I think that time is different people, different personality types are challenged with their times dependent on your personality. I know that I'm an I personality. And so I kind of am always thinking I have more time than I have, which sometimes makes me late because I'm like, oh, I got a half an hour. I can get there. Right. But it doesn't account for the accident that may have taken place. It doesn't account for, oh my God, I forgot to fill my tank and I need to stop and get some gas. And so I always say, to thine own self be true. You know, these are all great tips, but you got to look in the mirror and say, okay, how can I improve my time management? And so for me, I'm the type of person that have so many things going on in my head. It's just a lot. And so I know we've always been taught, you know, to put down your 5 most important things to do. So typically what I try to do that has been helpful, if I consistently do it, and that's the discipline part, is to just dump everything on a paper. I mean, everything from family to my business to what I'm doing at the church. I mean, just dump everything. And then once everything is dumped out of my head, then I take and I put it into categories. And, you know, sometimes based on your personality, you tend to want to do the things that are easiest first. You tend to want to do the things that bring you joy, immediate gratification. And those things, it's like you would say, Gloria, if the main thing you had to do was to read a book that was 400 pages, would that make the top of your list, right? Because that's not necessarily something that would bring you joy. And so you're constantly, I think, managing yourself. And so I really work at not doing the things that I know is going to bring me immediate gratification, makes me feel good, as opposed to, no, this is a thing that requires quiet time for an hour to get this, you know, this project knocked out. So I think you need to know your personality and find ways that will help you spend your time in the right directions.
I am going to tell the callers to call in and just one more time, callers, if you have a story about your time management, Chris was telling stories. When we tell stories about time management, it helps other people see. So call in at 313-778-7600. We want to hear your time management stories. Go ahead, Katrina.
We overestimate what we can do in a day, but we underestimate what we could do in a month or in a year with really focus. Mm-hmm. So my story, when you talked about the show, of course, first thing is, how am I going to do it? Okay. I was glad it was the evening because I don't come awake. I'm not truly awake until dealing with these East Coast people can be challenging because they want to meet at 8 a.m. I'm like, that's 5 a.m. my time. So, but this is what I've learned about time management. Number one, I didn't just say yes because it was a great opportunity. I said yes because it aligned with my purpose. It aligned with my purpose.
Right.
It gave us another platform. So that was important. And then the second thing I did after I talked to the Lord about it, consulted, of course, talked to my husband, talked to my family, but I immediately called my assistant and I said, guess what? I need you 2 extra hours a day. And she said, yes. So I immediately replaced the 2 extra hours I was taking out of my day with her day. And I use this extra time to teach her how to do some of the things that she was going to be lifting from my plate. And it was just immediate. I immediately got more help.
That's awesome.
And that's what it takes, because you don't want to take on something else and then this part falls over. That's not
right.
Don't be messing with my money. Okay.
Right.
You can't be messing with my money, my relationship with the Lord. Okay. We got to get the body right. I do have to get up early and work out, but and your man.
We
right?
all working on that. Yeah, we all working on that one.
Yeah.
Gloria is trying to mentor us in that. It's amazing how in the early part of the pandemic, I was the one sending everybody, we doing this workout. We were working out like crazy. I mean, we were on a roll, right? And then
we were Saturday afternoon at 2:00 in the afternoon doing a Zoom with Chrisette. Like, oh my goodness. Send your $5. Okay.
Ooh, that's funny.
We were working out. We were truly working out. We were working out. You guys, seriously, but let me just say this. Honestly, to be healthy takes time. It does take time. It takes time to eat right. It takes time to exercise. And your wealth is your health. And as we have you guys, so many of you listening to us, can we get in your face and get in your space that you have to make time for it? And it's not easy. But, one of the things that I do on this list said, don't multitask, but I totally multitask when I'm working out. I'm listening, I'm reading, I'm messaging, I'm doing all that, but I'm also getting the fresh air and I'm also getting the workout in that I need to work out. And is it easy? No, because it adds to my day, but is it really important? Okay, so the next thing I want y'all to know, I'm putting on my list, stretching. OMG, time to stretch, because stretching makes a difference. Okay, let me just go back to this list, you guys. Listen to this. When you manage your time, your personal relationships are better. When you manage your time, your personal relationships are better. Anybody want personal relationships? Okay, so for those of you that know the love language, what's his name? Gary Williams. I think he has a book about the 5 love languages. And mine is words of affirmation. So, I love a talk show, right? Okay, so because I'm words all day long, right? But God has a great sense of humor because he gives me all my children are time. They want time. When they took the test and they say, Mom, I want time, I looked at them like, time? You don't want no time? I got no time. The last thing I have is time. Oh, we laugh so hard. Because they know my heart, but they know what it was. But I have found that when I carve time out, I have to really walk away from everything and block out everything so I can have the time to invest. One of the things they say if you have good time management is that it improves your career. Having good time management, listen to this, you guys, gives people the sensation of security that you will be able to handle what you said you were going to handle. Deep, right? Deep. If you have control over your time, it makes other people feel like you'll be able to do what you do. It enhances your decision-making ability because when you have a powerful sleep, you have powerful, effective ways of turning your time into quality things. And so that's just other topics that make us understand why managing your time is so important. Then they say you can accomplish more. You can accomplish a lot more. Like I'm telling you, when Oprah does what she does, I mean, first she had a talk show host, then she goes over to Africa and starts a school for girls, and then she starts taking on the meat industry. I was like, OMG, Oprah, when are you going to stop? But I believe she does what Katrina says. Okay, let me hire some more help, because one of the things you do hear her say all the time is her producers, her this one, her that, her that. Your girlfriends, if you guys have some thoughts, I want you to call in to 9:10 a.m., the Superstation. Number is 313-778-7600, because we want to hear what your thoughts are about time management, because we know that everybody can go up with time management. Who wants to take a
Gloria,
second?
There was another quote that I thought was really, really a great quote on time. It said, "Time is like a river. You cannot touch the same water twice, because the flow that has passed will never pass again. So enjoy every moment in life." I thought that was so powerful, because, you know, sometimes with time, if you look back over your life and you think about, you know, for those of you that have children, sometimes we were so busy waiting for the next moment.
Right.
Oh, I can't wait until they can get potty trained. I can't wait until they walk. I can't wait. And then you look up one day, like, you know, my son Buddy is getting ready to get married in June.
Yes.
And I look back and I say, wow, where did all the time go? And so I think managing your time and making sure that you carve out that time for your family is so important, because you don't want to look back and have regrets of, you know what, I could have delegated this, or I could have delegated that. I'm going to tell a story. Everybody, well, for those of you who don't know, my husband, Charles, is the pastor of Greater Grace Temple, big church right here in mega church, I should say, in the city of Detroit. And his dad was the pastor before him. And I remember Chuck saying that, you know, one of the things that he took away from his father was time. His father was always so busy. Anybody that knows, I'm in the D, so you guys know Bishop David L. Ellis. He was just an amazing community person. So, okay, wrap it up. I know it's time. So the thing I'm saying is, Chuck made sure, because of his father having to spread his time so thin, that when we had Charles, he wanted to make sure that he was there for him to go to all his basketball games and so on and so forth. So you learn lessons of looking at your parents and you say, I want to be better with my time.
Right. You guys, that's a great story, Chris, because honestly, what we see, we duplicate, and it makes a difference. And it really does. One person told me, you know, one of the most important decisions you can make is who you marry. And so those are the things that will happen. Time management is important. Our time is important. Your time is important. And we're so glad that you decided to spend your time with us on this very interesting We Got Issues Talk Radio. So follow us, The Force of Friendship, on our social media. Follow us each on our Instagram. Follow us at theforceoffriendship.com. We'll see you next Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Set your alarms. We'll see you later.
Join us on Clubhouse.
7:15.
Okay. Y'all gonna love this, because you get a couple minutes after the show, and I'm gonna share Gloria's list, because some of you were trying to figure out what the heck those 10 things were. So, so those are the 10 things, because people were asking, what's Gloria's 10 things? So take a screenshot real quick. Woo, Gloria, that was good. You balanced it out. That was interesting.
The man wanted to talk about racism. They were like, "Buff time." We're going to talk about racism and what's going on in the world. But I love how you weaved it in. We're going to talk about both, right? So that was
Yep.
I mean, to tell you what, Chris, did you turn off Rex too?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, you guys, seriously.
It was good. So we will be, you only get 2 minutes today, y'all, because we're jumping over to Clubhouse, and some of us going to grab something to eat or something to drink. And the name of the Clubhouse group, Gloria, Entrepreneurship.
Entrepreneurship. But you'll find it if you go on your on the calendar and you just look except for 7:15, you will see us there. Or you can search any of us. If you search any of us, can you guys hear me? If you search any of us, that room will come up. Ooh,
yeah, and you guys, we just want to remind you, first of all, we so appreciate you joining us every week. I mean, when I tell you, when we see your faces and your comments pop up, on our Facebook page, I mean, it's like, oh, good, we have people that are watching and participating, but we also want you guys to call in. We absolutely want to hear your voices. So don't be afraid to call in, give us
Why don't we ask them in this 1 minute, Chris? Why don't you guys put 1 minute? Tell us why you don't call in. Just go ahead, put in there. I don't call in because. Go ahead, say it so we can see. Because that way, maybe we can make it easier.
Yeah. Some people I know only have one device and they're watching this on one device. So that's real. Not everybody has an iPad, iPhone handy. Some might be, but yeah.
Then they went really silent.
We want to hear from our tribe. We want to hear from our tribe.
Right. Absolutely.
So we can be answering this. Yeah. They said LOL, LOL.
It's funny.
Okay, I'm gonna send y'all a note. I'm gonna send each one of y'all a note and call you out for sure. I'm glad y'all like the show today. Seriously, we are very glad and very grateful. Very grateful. Look, she said we don't want to be the only one. I know. I know.
Put your number here. We gonna start calling you.
Exactly. When you see, it's gonna be a number. Force of Friendship calling. We want you to pick up.
This is good. Someone said they don't know how to manage the echo. So this is really, and thank you for helping. You can hear some people call in. So when you do call in and you've got the radio playing, you just need to turn your volume down once you get through. So you're going to keep the volume going. Or if you are listening on your iPad, for example, if you have your earphones in your ear and you call in, then we can't hear it on the radio. So you either turn your volume down or use your headset. So that's a really good, no extra phone. That makes sense. I got it. We get it. We get it. So sometimes you hold for a while and then you have missed the show. So
So we're going to ask our tribes. We need you to have days that you on watching, and we need days when you're calling in. Okay. So some of y'all can watch us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. We need you calling in Tuesday and Thursday. Okay?
Yes.
Put it down. What day are you gonna come in? Schedule it. We talk about time management, so schedule it. Schedule when you go.
Please, James Brown, please. Hey, listen, I got one more tip for time management. You know how you walking in the store? Yeah, look. Oh.
What? That
I'll tell you where you can get it. I can tell you where you get it. It's gonna be on my stories. I'm gonna put on my stories on Instagram. Is that funny? Is that hilarious? You know that Angie.
That's awesome. Listen, we all gonna have it on Monday. Or by Friday.
But can I just say, this is genius entrepreneurship right here.
That was genius.
Ain't that right there? It's so pretty, right?
Is that a dress or a shirt?
It's a shirt.
It's a shirt.
Yeah, it's a long shirt.
With the thing that is undoggone believable.
Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be wearing that after the pandemic. When I go to the airport, as soon as I get on the plane, it's
right. And it's comfortable.
Okay.
All right, we gotta go.
Go to her stories. We gotta go. Go to her stories. She's gonna tell you how you get the shirt. All right. All right.
Love y'all.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.